Hello everyone and welcome aboard. Today we are continuing our playthrough of Airport CEO with episode 5, I believe. In today's episode I would like to expand into medium flights, get some domestic and international flights going, and I think that will be basically it for this episode. So I have in between episodes, I have redone a couple of flooring. There's been some minor changes there and just around like here too and stuff like that. And I also have waited quite a while. Actually, I janked up our fees. Let me just go and turn those down. You know what? I guess they're fine for now as we go and build. Anyways, we're sitting at 2.1 million, but I assume we're gonna blow through that pretty quickly because we have to buy this area, and I would like to buy these two areas. Because when we get into the end game, my plan is we're gonna have two runways on either side, two large runways on either side, that is. The furthest one to the right will be landing, and it will be staggered up, so you roll all the way to the end and come off at the very top. The other one will be departing, and so it will be pushed all the way to the bottom, so you can roll up and take off before that taxiway, so there are no intersecting collisions and everything just flows well. But let's get into it. So let's go ahead and purchase this area, and we will purchase this area, and now we're basically down to no money. I think we will also, at this time, just go ahead and demolish all of the fencing here, as it's not really doing much anymore. It's only stopping us from expanding now at this point. Alright, and for the right, we need to get the contract going. Okay, I'm also tempted to do automation in this episode as well, and I think we will. But what we do need is we need a medium aircraft permit, and then I'll probably start doing automation and then advanced runway lighting later. I don't think anything is modeled here. Makes it easier for them to land in poor visibility. Unfortunately, I don't think that's modeled yet in the game, if I'm not mistaken, where rain won't divert certain flights. Be pretty cool if it was, but up to my knowledge right now, I mean, someone's probably screaming at me in the comments section. Or actually no one is, because guess what? 7 views! Okay, but yeah, let's just go ahead and start right away and we'll get the project going. Or actually, you know what's better? I think we go program group 1 and we unlock the second right away. Like, the second project group. I think that'll be good, and we'll also hire some more admins. Yeah, we'll hire some more admins, and we'll also crank our skill filter up. We'll hire some more admins because I would like to expand into program group 1 and stuff like that. And so I will see you when all the contracts are complete. Alright, so the R&D projects have completed with the medium aircraft permit and the runway lighting, and right away I would like to start working on automation because I think that would be beneficial. To get rid of the people having to go to the boarding desks. Just because there have been some minor delays with boarding, and it hasn't hurt our reputation, but it has in previous. I think Strata Regional dropped down to 10% at one point. In between cuts, I've also just added, pushed back the staff room a bit, added another nice hedge, and I also added this, what's it called? An escalator into the subway, because a lot of people were going through here, walking all the way around to down here. So I thought, might as well give them a shortcut. Unfortunately, that was right where our baggage bay was, which was right here. So I just pushed it up a little bit. That was very painful to reconnect. And I added this little area. I'll probably add some seating and signs down here in a little bit. But let's get onto it. So we now have the medium aircraft permits. This is what I mean. Anyways, we now have the medium aircraft permit, which gives us medium runways. So where do I want to put this? Well, for starters, this is going to be temporary because we want large aircraft. So I think what we're actually going to do is we're actually going to bite the dust and just immediately get the large aircraft contract going, because with the large aircraft contract we can get the permanent runway layout, and I think that will be really good to get just off the bat so that I don't have to toy around with runways. Then I can plan the new terminal, which is going to go over here. Kind of plan it to be a fork design, so it will go down and then there'll be like forks off with places in the middle, and this will all be smaller aircrafts, and then we'll start redoing this area, and then the large aircraft will go on this side, and then we'll have some islands and so on. So I think we'll just be waiting. I'm going to go ahead and add some seating here, and I will see you back when we have the runways and enough money for them, because they do cost $1 million each. Alright, so we're back in a time-lapse. I mean, time-lapse are basically infecting me at this point. I can't stop doing the voiceovers. They're just so much fun to do, and they're just kind of consuming me. But yeah, right now we are building, I think we're we're changing the conveyor belts to high speed just to get that slight extra bit of efficiency. I don't really think in the long run, or like, it really does anything having those conveyor belts also just be high speed, but you know, it gives me peace of mind at night, and I guess that's really all that matters. Right now, honestly, I really just want to talk about, like, what the heck, guys? 73 views on Evening Flight to Toronto at the time of recording this. I was so confused. I closed YouTube for the night. I'm like, I'm gonna go to bed tomorrow. Yeah, then the day after I checked it, it had like 23 views in like the first 12 hours. I was so confused. And the thing was, I checked my stats. The click rate was pretty normal. It was around 3%, which seems very low, but for a small channel like I am right now, that's actually pretty good. But you see, here's the thing. I looked at my impressions, and you know, I typically get around 50 impressions-ish, and then just all of a sudden YouTube just went, you know what would be nice if we gave him 1,200 impressions just in one day for no particular reason. I was so confused. There's like this big spike in my graph right now, and I just don't know what happened with it. But anyways, back to what we're doing on screen, because now I'm just rambling. We built the taxiways and the runway, and now I'm just trying to get the correct spacing, because I mean, I can't fall asleep at night knowing that my airplanes are clipping their wings in Airport CEO. So I had to measure it all out so that the large planes, when we get to them, would have enough room. And then I also did just go around deleting all the trees inside, which is what I'm doing right now actually with the bulldozing. I'm just highlighting big area because I would not like a tree to be in the middle of the runway. Right now we're just placing the stands, trying to get plan out where they're gonna go and all of that. And then I'm doing my classic door window alternating technique for the front area of the airport. I do this in all of my airports since windows were added, because you know, I've been playing before windows were added, and that's, you alternate the door and the window. I think it just looks nicer and it's more realistic in a way. What else are we doing? Oh right, I placed 3 stands, and I'm gonna place another 4. Yeah, I'm just placing those stands up top there. Those stands are just kind of placeholders to get the spacing in. I will go ahead and delete them, but they're not gone forever. That's called foreshadowing. And right now we're just putting down the baggage drop-off points and and then some escalators to the upper floor with some stairs. Really actually happy with the way the stairs and the elevators turned out. Looks like it's a big slope, and I'm just like it's just everything goes up, which is kind of nice. I really do like that effect that was made there.
And those escalators and sails will go up to the security for the top stands and islands further on. I mean, I say this in a live play later. I don't know why I'm explaining what I'll explain in a live play. But anyways, we're just putting in some medium security checkpoints so that passengers can flow through. Then they flow down through this tight area, and then they go back up because I'm just jumping the gun with the stair trucks. We're just going. It's gonna be a nice airport. It's gonna be a great airport. We're just going straight for the jetways. They only cost I think it was 20,000 more, which honestly, in the grand scheme of things, isn't that bad. That also reminds me that I did math. That said, in Airport CEO, you should never build the concrete small aircraft stands. You should always build them in grass and upgrade them because I think they're a little bit cheaper. I don't know if they've changed the price for them, but if it's the same price as a year ago, it is cheaper to build them out of grass and then to upgrade them. So there you go. Now you know something more. And I did add another small gate. However, I will end up deleting this because last episode I made it so that it had the perfect amount of small gates for a baggage bay, and I'm not going through and connecting another baggage bay to this one small gate, so I go ahead and get rid of it later, which actually comes out nice in episode 6 where I need that space to do something else. I'm not saying what. It's not as exciting as you think it is. But then anyways, I start creating the baggage system for the check-in, and then I realized the parking lot is in the way. So it's time to get rid of the parking lot. And actually that was kind of nice because it got rid of the big congestion issues I had. I mean, it made it worse temporarily, but it was better. I can't remember if that was this episode. No, it wasn't. I can't spoil it. I mean, I guess I already have spoiled it already, but I'm just gonna pretend that I didn't say anything. You heard nothing. Just next episode when you see something happen, you just oh, this is new. Yeah, that's what's gonna happen. Anyways, then I just went ahead putting windows. I don't know why I added windows to the area I ended up deleting, because the bottom 3 stands were the only priority, but I mean I did. That was probably 5 minutes of my life wasted. Anyways, down here I'm building what looks to be 2 washrooms, a staff and a passenger washroom, and then just a staff room because like it or not, you do need staff rooms pretty frequently. In each of your terminals or islands, I'd recommend you have a staff room just in case staff need to get there. I'm looking at ramp agents mainly. If you're automated, you don't really need passenger service agents in that area. I mean, unless you have lounges, but the ramp agents, they really do need the staff rooms, and they do help remove a lot of delay from them walking there, which is also why at the end of this episode, I don't think I showed this, but I did assign each baggage cart to each one of the stands, and each baggage loader to each one of the stands, and each pushback truck. They're all assigned to a stand, and reason being that then they can just sit there and they're good to go immediately, which does help mitigate quite a lot of delays. I mean, a lot more than you think. When I started playing, I did that, and then I assigned them, and I just had basically no delays, which shocked me. Now we have all the gate boarding set up, and we're building the shop. This shop is also kind of a duty-free shop where you're kind of forced to walk through it, which is very nice because there's a lot of foot traffic. Also did create this kind of planter and then the lounge seating, which I saved as a template. I mean, I've done that design before, but I never saved it because I think I did that design before you could save templates in Airport CEO. And then at the back side of the airport, we're just adding some trees. And then it became night, and I realized, wait, we need to light up the ramp. So I put some floodlights down. Fortunately, floodlights you just place regularly in Airport CEO don't go that far. And it reminded me, because when you come in a Microsoft Flight Simulator at night, you have no lighting when you turn into the gate at default airports, which is pretty annoying. Oh, and the time lapse over here, we're just finishing up washrooms, and back into the live play we go right now.
Alright everyone, so welcome back. I hope you've enjoyed the time lapse, and I think we are about ready to go ahead and build. I think we have enough money. So, let me just take you through a quick tour. So, what we did, as you saw in the time lapse, is we added some check-in area, some self-check-in. Everything's automated, just to avoid the delays of passenger agents not getting to the gates in time. Then, once you're done here, you go upstairs, and then you go through a large security, and that will lead you over to these gates, and then any islands further down along the way. But then, for the gates we're going to build, we're just building these three, and those will be for later. This area, you go through this little area here, down through here, down, and then this will be a bunch of airline lounges. There are a couple staff rooms, couple bathrooms, staff-only staff room there. You go upstairs, and then we have we have another cafe, a bunch of seating, couple washrooms, and then there's another way down through here, which will go there. Once you're done, you will go down. I haven't gotten to this yet, but I'm going to start building, and then I think we'll just jump cut to this being done as well, because it's underground, so no one will really notice it. So I think we're going to go ahead and build just this close runway, the icing, the taxiways, and then just the stands down here, but the entire terminal, not these stands up here, or any of that. And we'll also go ahead and build that, and then I will also jump cut to this. So I will see you when it's all built. Alright everyone, so everything has been built just now. We have all of the stands built, and down here is the baggage claim area. It's pretty basic and fairly straightforward, but it should get the job done. Everything's built, all the runways are set up so that you have to roll all the way to the end before you can get off, and then taxi down to the gates. All three gates are now open and everything's good. Our first flight, unfortunately, is going to be an emergency flight, but you know, that's just the way it's going to be. We're also pretty deep in debt now, and we did have to take out a loan to build the second runway, but it all should pay off shortly, so let's get the first flight in. I think since we're just waiting around right now, and we are in a little bit of debt, I think I am going to go and sign some more airline contracts for medium and large airlines. So I think right off the bat, we'll get Atom Air in here, because they do have 757s, as well as the Olympus organization, because they do have 757s, which are, they give a lot of passengers. And I also think we might as well go for the mainline Maple carrier, which has the A220, which I would like to see, as I haven't seen it in this game before. And what other regional airlines are we carrying? We're carrying, are we carrying, is Strata, no, Strata is only a regional. Alright, yep, that's about all. Let's check our flight planner and just see if that added. Yeah, that added a little bit, and we will get to see an A220 before the end of this episode. And here's the first A220. It looks very nice. I really like the A220, and when the free version of it by Synpax Simulation, actually I don't know, but I'll correct myself in the editing, hopefully. But when it gets dropped, I love to do some flights in Microsoft Flight Simulator with it. And while we're up here, actually, too, I think it would be good to add a couple flight information boards just up here, just so that no one's missing their flight because they didn't see that it started boarding. So I think we'll add a couple there. And where else can we add one? I think that's about everywhere we can add one. Yeah, I think that should be fine. That should suffice. Alright, and with that, unfortunately, I think we will be wrapping up the episode here for today, as it's taken me close to 5 hours of just recording this and probably 2 more hours of editing. So it's been a very long one, a very big episode. I think just off camera, I'll also get the icing working. So if you see that in the next episode working, don't be surprised, because I know I'll forget to mention that I did that. And anyways, thank you very much for watching. I hope you are enjoying, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.